We are live. This is the Reseller Wake Up, episode 131. How's everybody doing on this fine Wednesday? Uh, been pretty productive week so far. I guess that's an understatement for me. I mean, I've been killing it actually, but just in the sourcing part. Now I'm not gonna do any more sourcing this week. I'm just gonna list. John took the.
I
Uh-oh.
feel left out, so I had to grab mine.
I almost grabbed mine this morning. That's funny. I wish I would have grabbed it now.
Pretty soon, guys, every thrift store you walk into is going to be full of people with bandanas on.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Like you always know. It's like, hey, what's up, man? Uh-huh. Yeah, I know what's up.
You can have
Yeah,
that
another
reseller
stat.
head nod.
Yeah, I saw that.
That's
How's
funny.
the week been for everybody else? I know you've been
Busy.
busy, right, John?
Yeah, I don't know what I did. I worked on eBay for maybe 3 hours straight the other day, and I have produced some phenomenal returns
Nice.
Right on.
that 3 hours.
Yeah.
I mean, I went from $100 a day. Yesterday, I think I hit $750.
Jeez. I told you, man, when you're doing... eBay likes it when you play around over there. They love it. You think you're doing good, and then you start jacking with stuff, and next thing you know, it's like, oh, wow, I thought I was doing good before, but...
And it was nothing hard. I mean, I did item specifics. I ended a few items and made them 3-day buy it nows with auto relist, and they're killing it.
Really?
Yeah.
I need to get back in there and do some serious keyword fixing.
Yeah.
That's the
what I
one
need
thing that I've
to
been
do.
meaning to do for a while that I just totally blown off.
Oh, me too.
My wife put on one of them, chick flick things, and I kind of focused on eBay, and it was profitable.
Your wife did what?
Put on one of them chick flicks.
Oh, sweet
yeah.
Jesus. I thought you said a chick slip. I thought you were talking about lingerie, and then you just were working on eBay, and I was like,
Yeah, putting on a
no.
chick flick would be a great way to get me
That's a
motivated to do some actual work. I will say that.
That's a
it makes
motivator.
much
That's-
more sense than what I heard.
Yeah. This sucks when you got a computer with headphones, because then you can sit here and watch whatever and listen to whatever, and it's just... I'd rather have it on the TV because that way I don't have to click back and forth. But I just keep catching myself. I'll be like watching a YouTube video where I'm just listening to the commentary, but then something will happen. And it's like, ooh, I gotta watch it, and then I start watching it. It's like, damn, 10 minutes later.
And then you're
whoops.
stuck. Yeah.
They suck me in. Definitely can't do Netflix that way, but yeah, I did end up going to Kmart Wednesday right after the show, and it was nice. There was the one that by my house was like really run down and just like crappy and not a very good store. But I went back to the video games, or I went back to the electronics, and at first I couldn't even find the video games. I thought that somebody had already been in there to clear it out, but I looked around and I found like this little end cap with just a bunch of video games on it, and I started looking at the prices. They had a couple pairs of Turtle Beach headphones marked down from like $99, $97 to $99, and it said 40% off all marked prices. Okay, so then I started looking at the video games, and they were marked like $17 and $12 and $15. So I just grabbed a couple of the games and I walked out, like the ones that I knew I could make some money on, and paid for them, and they rang up like $5. Even though they said like 15 on the thing. I was like, oh, okay. So I went back in, grabbed a cart, went back to the video game section, and just put them all in the cart, everything on the shelf. And then I went back and found one of those little UPC scanners in the store that tells you exactly what the price is, and just went down the line. And it was like 90 cents, 90 cents, $1.90, $2.50, $2.50, $2.50, $2.50.
Nice.
And all this stuff was marked 15 or 20 bucks. So if you're in Kmart, make sure you double check the pricing. They all have one of those barcode scanners. Same thing at Walmart. Like I learned that trick from Walmart because of their clearance section. Everything gets mixed up. They don't always put the prices on the stuff. So like I'll see something like it'll look like it was put there by an employee. It'll be like a rack or something of something that I know is worth a ton of money, and it'll be underneath the dollar sign. You know, because they'll have like clearance where it's like $1 section, $2 section, $3 section, $10 section, whatever.
Right.
And then you go and scan the stuff, and it's like $15. It's like, yeah, they're just idiots.
Kmart, I've never been in a decent Kmart. Like, they've all been just so gross. Like, when I was a kid, like, this is how bad they were where I grew up. Mom, we did not go there. Like, the only thing that you could go there for, maybe, was ours had a paint department. And you could go and get paint.
Right.
You know?
When I grew up, Kmart was the only department store we had in the little town that I was in.
Yeah.
I mean, I
Oh,
grew
wow.
up in small town USA, like
I did too, but
Illinois,
dang.
BFE. What's that?
I did too, but dang, all you had was a...
All we had was Kmart.
Holy
Kmart
cow.
and Kroger.
Yep. Kmart, Kroger, and Walgreens.
We didn't even have Walgreens. I don't even think they still don't have Walgreens in the town I grew up in.
Wow.
Yeah, no Walgreens, no Rite Aids, no nothing. It's just they got a Walmart now, and that's the worst Walmart I've ever been in. It's the only Walmart that I've ever been in where you walk in the bathroom and it's just a toilet.
Yeah.
Lock the door behind you. I'm like, what? I mean, because like the Walmarts around here, you know, you walk in and it's like their bathrooms are actually pretty nice. They've got like it's like a freaking huge bathroom with like all the stalls and everything.
At least
But,
a sink.
yeah, just a sink. I walk in there, I'm like, what the heck? I guess this place is very busy.
Ugh.
But yeah, when I was walking out of Kmart, I'm sitting, like, after I had gone through all that stuff, I started looking around. I'm like, okay, what else is there? And I found another end cap of clearance stuff, and I found these lamps, and they were like Thor hammers, and I just saw Marvel on the clearance rack. I'm like, okay, I'll start scanning this stuff. But there were these lamps with like Captain America shield stuck in the wall, like he had thrown it in the wall, and
Nice.
the Thor hammer, same thing, like they'd thrown it in the wall, and it was just stuck there. But they were on clearance for $10 each. I started scanning them. They were like going for 30, 40, 50 bucks on Amazon. I was like, yeah, sold. There was a whole shelf of them. I bought them all. They were all ranked like 5,000 in home improvement too, which I guess that's like an insane rank in home. And there weren't too many sellers, so we'll see how that does. But
Yeah, I went to Kmart and all the video games that everybody was talking about was gone, and the phone wouldn't work. So I tried my brother's phone, it wouldn't work. I tried my dad's phone, it wouldn't work. I'm like, you know what? I'm going home. I was so pissed.
Screw you guys.
yeah, about the only thing that I got these Turtle Beach headphones. I don't know. I don't usually go like that deep on stuff, but they were ranked like 500. I paid 50 bucks. After, yeah, it was like $45 or $50 a pair, and they were selling for like 85 or 90. So the return on them is like 20 bucks. But that's like the most I've ever probably
What
paid for
category
something.
was that in?
What's that?
What category was that in?
I don't even know. They were Xbox One Turtle Beach wireless headsets. They retail for 100 bucks.
See, because like a lot of times headphones are in consumer electronics, and I can almost never find a rank on consumer electronics.
Yeah, you don't even need to worry about ranks in electronics. I'm pretty sure that they were in video games, though.
Where they?
So, yeah, Scott, I got to thank you for that tip. That's probably the best.
That's who it was.
Yeah, that's like the best retail arbitrage I've ever pulled off in my life.
Yeah,
You were channeling McCluskey.
Right?
Yeah, even the $50 games ring up 15 bucks.
Yeah. Well, actually, I did find a couple of games that weren't marked down at all. Like they were like $50, $60, and that's how much they were ringing up for. So I didn't even bother with them.
I swear I could not, for the life of me, remember who it was that was talking about it. Like I couldn't even picture who it was. I was like, who the hell is talking about Kmart?
The only bad thing is getting the stickers off. I had $1,500 worth of games, and it took me 5 or 6 hours to get the stickers off.
That's how it always. I'm used to
Are
that,
Kmart
man.
stickers bad?
I'm a professional sticker taker offer by now, just because I buy so many games from like GameStop and stuff. The biggest trick that I found, if you use those plastic razor blades that Deb talked about, I gave a bunch of them away when I first bought some. I bought like 200 of them or something for like $5. They were super cheap, and they last a long time. But I was giving them away, and but I mean, take a little, not a credit card, but like a flat credit card, something without the numbers, like a gift card or something, and slide that in the plastic, between the plastic and the artwork, so you don't screw it up. And you can't do it with new games because they're sealed, but especially used games. And then you just take that razor blade and you get a little corner off, and usually the rest of it just comes right off.
McCluskey has I don't know if he's done the video yet. I haven't seen it, so I don't think he has. But if you asked, I'm sure he would do that as his first help video. He has a way of getting stickers off of plastic without screwing up the plastic. Even the really flimsy, like windows on Barbie dolls, you know, like the plastic they put across that really thin, flimsy film.
Yeah.
Yeah, he can even get it off of that without screwing it up.
Wow.
Yeah, so, I mean,
and it's probably something where it's like he wipes it with a cloth or
it's
something.
ridiculously simple. No, but I don't want to give his tip.
Heat guns work. Heat guns work well. Well, if he doesn't get on the show, you're gonna have to, because you've already teased us with it.
I'm trying to get Deb and Dusty to get their butts out of bed because we need to tell you something, but
oh, really?
they're refusing to wake up. They're lazy.
How was the show for Monday night?
It was actually really good. We talked about diversifying your inventory, like long tail versus short tail, knowing which category your items fall into, and especially for beginners, we were trying to push beginners to, you know how beginners always want to go for those short tail quick flip items to kind of get their ball rolling or whatever, and I was saying that I think it's awesome if you could, like, even just one long tail item a week added into your inventory to start building up your back end, you know, like your long-term sellers, just in case. So it was really good. I was really happy with it. Audience seemed to be happy with it.
Yeah. So let's see. Sharon asked, can you please talk or make a video about how to upkeep your FBA inventory and use delete sold listings? I don't know. I don't delete sold listings because I reuse the listings. You know, I mean, there's a lot of stuff that I sell over and over.
Well,
you know,
yeah, but we do clean up our inventory, don't you?
No.
You don't clean up your inventory. Well, but if you don't clean up your inventory, then you run the risk of, you know, the things that eBay, or not eBay, the things that Amazon flags. Like if there's an issue with something and you still have it in there as something that you've sold, you haven't deleted it out, then you fall into that group of people that are selling that item.
I always
still have it in there.
I always follow my alerts and pay attention to those, but I've never had any, like, I've always had green check boxes across the line. I've never had any issues. The one time that I had an issue, that the only ding on my account is like something that I don't even know why Amazon wouldn't take it off, but they just wouldn't take it off.
Try again.
Yeah, but it was this guy in Puerto Rico bought a PS2 merchant fulfilled, and the address was undeliverable. Like it couldn't even put it into stamps.com to print it out, and I tried to contact the guy for 2 days, like, hey, what's your address? What's your address? And he never gave it to me. So I just canceled the order and then shipped it into FBA, and it sold a week later for $20 more than I sold it for merchant fulfilled. But that ding is still there because I didn't ship the item.
One ding.
I keep contacting them and give them all of the details in the first, you know, your first blurb that you send in the chat to Seller Central. You'll eventually get someone that gets it, and they'll remove it.
Yeah.
There's no limit to how many times you can contact them.
Okay. Yeah, I'll get back with them again. I'll try. I just don't care. I mean, it's like that one little thing, but I guess I should because it doesn't take that much to get in trouble with Amazon. But
right.
This was months ago. I mean, literally, this is one of the first things that I ever sold. So I don't even know if they still have records on it, but
Yeah, Paul, I think the reason why she's telling you to clean up your listings is like John Grillo was selling a supplement that they banned, and he hadn't sold it in months, and they came back and flagged his account as selling it, and that's why he got suspended last summer. So they will go back and do suspensions just
Yeah,
because.
there's a lot of people that have.
Really?
He's just the biggest one that I've heard.
Right.
So how do you find out if one of the items that is in your inventory has been flagged? I mean, doesn't it come up or something, or?
No, not necessarily. He didn't get any warnings at all.
Yeah.
You're not
I mean,
necessarily going to get a warning.
pretty much like 99% of what I sell though is just video games and electronics. And
Well, there are certain things that I wouldn't worry about, like books. I'm not going to clean up those books, you know.
I guess like baby items you would definitely want to clean up, and like dog food type stuff. Like if you sell dog treats or toys, because you know those get recalled all the time.
Honestly,
Supplements,
the flea things.
Yeah.
Those need to go too, because there are certain ones that even right now there are certain ones that the only people that are allowed to list them in new condition is Amazon.
Wow.
So
Really?
yeah.
Wow.
I went to there was I think it was Hearts for Small Cats. Was the last one that I saw. The only person that can sell it new is Amazon. You can list it in refurbished condition. I don't know what the hell refurbished flea drops are, but you could list them as refurbished. But there were people on there being stupid and saying, you know, listing is refurbished, and then in the comments putting brand new in the box. And
yeah.
that's
Well,
I don't want to get started on that, but
I've done really well with those two, so I need to get back
but
and
take them out. Yeah, take them out as soon as your inventory you empty. You know, as soon as you sell out, just delete it, because you never know when they're gonna change their mind on something.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not that hard to, you know, I mean, just UPC, go from there. It's not hard to get the stuff back in. You know?
Right. Yeah, it's actually better because like everything isn't always the same either.
Mhm.
You know, like a lot of times if I relist something, especially when it comes to games, because I'll have different like little details about the particular item that I'm shipping in. You know, like maybe it's missing the artwork or something on this one, but this one is missing the manual. I'm gonna list them both as acceptable because they're missing stuff, but you want to try and explain as best you can, like to the customer what they're gonna get.
I don't list anything that's missing stuffs.
Well, yeah. Video games are fine as long as it's the disc you're allowed to send it in is acceptable.
That's the one nice thing about Inventory Lab. You can delete whatever you want to. When you go to list or Inventory Lab, it picks it up and says, you've listed this before, do you want to use the same MSKU so you don't get a lot of them?
Yeah. I finally canceled Seller Engine Plus because I just couldn't wrap my head around it, so I need to try Inventory Labs next. I still use Profit Bandit though, but does Inventory Labs have something similar to Profit Bandit?
Yeah, Scoutify, it comes free with it.
Is it as
Is
good as
Scoutify any
Profit
good?
Bandit?
I haven't had any issues with Scoutify. It does all the links to all the different sites you need, camel, and so I've been using it since I started.
I'll have to check it out then. I mean, I like Profit Bandit. You know what really, the one thing about it that makes me want to throw my phone across the thrift store is it's got the Apple-style autocorrect built into the app with no way to turn it off. And if you're doing a lot of model numbers and stuff like that, it always changes them. Like I'll look up something like a DVD/RV2001, and then I'll start typing. It's like RV2, and as soon as I hit the 2, then it changes the RV to like AC or something like that. And then you go back and you try and change it to like add it to the dictionary, and then the next time it's like gone from your dictionary. Does Inventory Labs do that?
I have an iPhone.
Oh. Yeah. That's the reason why I got rid of my iPhone. Why I will never ever own another iPhone is because of their auto. We are right, you're wrong, obviously correct. That makes me so mad. It's
The
just
only
frustrating.
complaint people say about Scoutify is you can't find it in a store and hit list and let it load into your program when you get home. And after they finish the repricer, that's the next thing they're supposed to be working on.
Okay. Yeah, I don't do that, so I might get with those guys and see if they want to come on the show or something. That'd be kind of cool.
I'm sure they
Talk
would.
about.
They go to a lot of the conventions and all the shows and everything. I bet they would come on.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. Yeah. So yesterday I was in the thrift store, and it's funny. I was looking through my stuff, or I was looking through the electronics, and I found these things. They're like obviously super old school, uh, like vintage headphones. And I was like, okay, who do I know that would be able to tell me something about these things? And so I messaged Chad, and he's like, oh, wow, those things are awesome. How much are they? Blah, blah, blah. I was like, and he's like, here, I'll give you this much if they work. And I know what the problem is. I went and I found a receiver to plug them into, but I don't think, you know how like newer models of studio headphones have longer plugs?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure the plug's just too short for the receiver I was using. But the receiver that I found to plug these into was an Onkyo, like high-end receiver that retailed for like $800, and they were selling for $300. And I wouldn't have found it if I wouldn't have like asked Chad about these. So I was like, look, dude, I'll just sell them to you for my cost plus shipping, and I don't care if they work.
Wakeup makes good stuff.
Yeah, but I bought that receiver for $15. I should sell it.
Shut the front door.
Yeah, had the remote and everything, so I'll be able to put it on Amazon. I mean, the thing looks brand new. It's freaking beautiful, but yeah.
Wow.
Nice little flip there. Plus, they had 3 Wii Fit boards there, marked at like $10 each, and I was like, hey, dude, these Wii Fit boards, what if I buy them all? He's like, oh, I'll give them to you for $5 a piece. It's like, okay. So, scored a few of those guys, but last few days has been pretty good. That Kmart deal pretty much made my week. I just got to get all that crap
Dude,
listed.
you had to be chuffed walking out of there.
Yeah, it's
Like,
pretty fun.
what? Look at me.
Yeah, but it's funny because I went to I looked up the other Kmart's in the area, and I found 2 more. One of them is way too far south. I don't think I'm gonna mess with. I wanted to go and check this other one first because it was closer, and then I figured if that one was a bust, then I wouldn't bother with the one down south because it's probably a bust too. But anyway, I go to this other Kmart, and it was on the way. I don't know if you guys saw the video that I posted at Jason's store.
You did
Oh.
I didn't see a video.
I made a link on the Facebook group, but I periscoped it. I was just in there, got on the Wi-Fi, and started walking around, like showing people basically what kind of stuff I'm dealing with. Most of the, or like, well, it's the stuff that got me started, like magic cards and D&D books and crap like that. Just showing people how much the stuff was actually selling for, and kind of touching on like how easy, like what to look for in a collection, that kind of stuff. But like, and just showing them. I mean, if you got a stack of cards this tall, that's how much space they take up, and that's like hundreds of cards, you know. So they take up no space, and they're once you get into it, then a lot of money there. But anyway, the main reason I stopped there is because I wanted to see if him and his buddy had scoured the local Kmart, because I figured if anybody did, it was him. But he didn't, so I went and checked it out, and it was the biggest, nicest Kmart I've ever seen. It looked like a Walmart. I mean, it was beautiful. Everything was clean. It looked like a Sears is what it looked like now that I think about it. But they had groceries, and they actually had a liquor store. Like, they could sell, it was it's unusual in Colorado because you can only sell 3.2 liquor or 3.2 beer in your store except for one location. Each,
what the hell's
like,
a 3.2?
3.2%. It's like weak beer basically, but one store in the state is allowed to, per like corporation, is allowed to sell full strength or whatever. So I guess this is like their flagship Kmart, where they sell like full, like they've got the full liquor store inside and all that stuff. But yeah, it was really, really nice, but there was no clearance. I mean,
Huh.
it was busy too, so I mean, it makes sense. I walked into the one by my house, there was nobody in there. I mean, it was dead, like
I've just
always.
never seen a nice Kmart ever.
Yeah, this one was good. It was nice for like I would shop there. Actually, probably not, but just because it's Kmart, I'm biased against it. But it was nice. But yeah, I just didn't bother even going to the one down south just in case because I figured, man, that I know it got hit up. But tomorrow I'm gonna be in that neighborhood, so I think I'm gonna swing by there and check it out like sometime in the afternoon just to make sure that it hasn't been cleaned out.
Did you see what Vlogs by Callie said?
Nope.
He said he asked if you checked Sears
Oh
to see
no,
if it was the same.
I need to check Sears. There's actually, now that I think about it, there's a Sears close to my house.
I
I
don't
went,
have either one close. It was like an hour to get to either one of them
yeah,
from
there's
here.
a Sears outlet right next. Actually, there's two Sears outlets within like half a mile of each other for some reason. Uh, like right
That's
by my
cool.
jiu-jitsu gym. So the other day I was early and I checked the thrift store. There was nothing there, and I was like, well, I got like 40 minutes before I got to be at the gym. So I went and stopped at the Sears outlet, and it was actually pretty good. But it was all appliances, but they had like one little shelf of like uh, small electronics and appliances, like coffee makers and stuff like that. But yeah, it wasn't bad. I mean, it was nothing like to write home about, but if you've got a Sears outlet, they're worth checking out. But I wanted to go in there just to see what the prices on the appliances were, because I mean, some they had $1,000 dryers, washer and dryers for like $300, and I mean,
For the set?
no, for
Oh, good lord.
$300 each, and I mean, yeah,
I mean, that's still a good price, but
but yeah, I mean, if they're doing crazy, crazy clearance, I figured maybe I could pick something up that I could just throw it in my storage unit and then sell it on Craigslist or something for a couple hundred more than I paid. But I'm
do they
not
have
good.
clothes?
No clothes.
Mm.
No clothes, no video games. It was all just like kitchen stuff.
Hmm.
But yeah, like I said, not horrible, but I don't know. I wouldn't. See you later, Mr. Sadie. Uh, Sean in the chat. Adam's in the chat. Sick of me muting him because he's obnoxiously loud with his background noise.
Adam's being nice, so something's going on.
Yeah, he must be
I
in a
don't
good
know.
mood. Got a date or something.
Something's up.
Scored a hot date.
Something's happening.
Yep.
He's coming up soon.
What do you mean?
Adam
Oh,
is
coming up to
coming up here.
Wisconsin.
Yeah.
Cool.
It's really lame that we have not gotten together before now because we're only like 2 hours apart, if that.
Right.
That is lame.
Is that not? I mean, really? It is pretty lame. I tried to find like an auction that we can meet at, like somewhere in between us, like go to an auction together. I thought that would be cool, but
Yeah.
apparently I super suck at finding auctions.
Especially with his road trips that he does. I mean, he's always on the
Right.
road.
He always goes the opposite direction, but he was planning to come up here anyways. So
Yeah.
I think me and Sue are gonna take him to lunch. I'll make him some cookies.
Right on.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Does
I
anybody look at Does anybody look at the Amazon loans?
The what?
The Amazon
I've
loans.
looked at them.
I've never gotten an offer for an Amazon loan.
Well, I just got a. I mean,
They're good terms.
Hey.
Well, they're decent terms, I should say.
for basically a no-sign loan. I mean, you're not personally guaranteed. I mean, you do personally guarantee it, but I personally think it's a great rate for a business.
Yeah. Well, it's like the PayPal Capital. I don't even know if they're going to keep doing that after eBay and them split. Maybe I'll have to try
I
and get in on
wonder.
one of those before they split just in case. But, I mean,
wonder if they will.
I don't
I
even.
never even thought of that.
Scott, do you use it?
Me, I've only been offered once and I didn't take it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't need the loan right now, so I'm not sweating it. I mean, I've
Yeah,
got
but
no.
I can like double my capital with a click of a mouse.
Yeah.
Oh, before I forget, Sue Sowen shared a program in the 1500 room, and it's called Photo Scissors. It's one of the background removal tools. It is freaking sweet. It's a purchase one though. It's $20 one time, but blows photo fuse out of the water.
Really? Is it just
Yeah.
like you click it and it automatically
Hang on here.
detects
I'll
it?
put it on our side thing.
You got a couple mouse clicks, it seems.
Yeah,
like.
it's like 3 mouse clicks.
Oh, okay.
It is wicked cool, and it even has like the edge detect for like once you get your background removed, you can do the edge detect to soften the edge, so you don't have any of those hard pixel spots.
Nice.
It softens the edge. Yeah, it is very nice. She super happened upon a really good one with that.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to look at that.
Yeah, it is very. Oh, I should put it in.
I mean, PhotoFuse
Put
is
it
nice
over
and all,
on
but I
YouTube.
would rather have a program that's on my computer so that I don't have to upload it to my browser and then download it again and sit there and like do the like you know, you have to sit there with your mouse and just like cover what you want and then it whites out the back. I mean, it's a little bit of a pain, but I don't know. It only takes me a minute. It's pretty easy. I've been playing around with GIMP too, getting really good at the color balance and stuff. Like,
God,
you
I
know,
love
when
GIMP.
you get a little bit too yellow or a little bit too blue because your settings aren't perfect, just like figuring out ways to change everything really fast. The other day I went out and my white balance was way off for some reason, but it was about to start raining, so I was trying to get like all these pictures done, and then I got them inside, and the white was like bright blue. I was like, oh crap. So that's when I had to sit down and figure it out. But I mean, by the time I got done, the backgrounds were white and the colors were all on. You know, they turned out pretty good.
GIMP is it's extremely powerful. You have to know.
Yeah.
It does have a learning curve, but
It's
there are
not the
some
most.
really great videos. There's some really great YouTubes.
Yeah, it's not.
And
That's how I found out how to fix the background, and it worked pretty well.
yeah, it does. I mean, it really does. You can do like I did some yesterday. Using you have to invert, and a lot of people don't. They don't know how to remove the background using GIMP, and it's actually not complicated. But it's not really it's not intuitive. Like it's not something that you would think to do.
Yeah, I really want to get good at making thumbnails on GIMP, but that's above my pay grade. I've sat there for 2 or 3 hours,
Like thumbnails
multiple
for what?
times, for the show.
You just make a template, and then you just whatever you want to be in there, just grab it, resize it,
It never
paste
works.
it as a new layer.
It never works. Like I can never get it to turn out right, the way that I want it.
Well, why don't you just send me what you want it to be, and I'll make one. I'll make a video showing you how I do it, so you can do it yourself.
Okay. Basically, all I want is like the sun in the background, and then have like one of the people on the show's head shot, and then like a little 4 or 5 words of
Oh, we talked about that.
yeah, whatever the topic was, like the important thing that we talked about for the day. Yeah, nothing major, but
Well, send me what you want for today, and I'll make a video and show you how I do it.
okay.
'Cause I've been using GIMP for like years and years and years. So.
Oh, so I just not. I do really, really simple stuff with it.
But I've used it for graphics,
Okay.
so I've been playing with it for a really long time.
Yeah, I wouldn't. I'd like to get more into graphic design. I don't know. Yeah, there's nothing like You have to pay for Photoshop for the Mac, right? There's nothing. They don't have a Photoshop app or program or whatever that's similar to Photoshop that comes with it.
Like a free there isn't a free.
It's just the Movie Maker that kicks ass, and
Movie Maker, GarageBand is awesome to play with if you like anything about music. GarageBand is so fun. But if you get iWorks, or if yours comes with the iWorks suite, they're so much better than the Windows versions.
Yeah. Well, the only
So much better.
you know, I keep looking at all the software for like video editing, and there's nothing that anybody recommends that costs less than $100. And you can get a Mac for like a 5-year-old Mac with, you know, a couple gigs of RAM and an i5 for $150, $200. So it's like, do I want to buy the software or do I just want to get a Mac? Because plus I could just like upload all the video to it, and then like when I'm sitting there eating lunch or something, I could work on my uh, video and just get it out that way. But
And iMovie is so easy.
yeah,
I mean, it is just drag and drop.
that's awesome.
You know,
Yeah.
you can remove the audio on it. You can dub audio over things, and you just click in it. Plus, you'll get QuickTime, so you can do screen shares with you speaking while you're doing it, like how I do any of my my tutorial things.
That's the other thing I want.
Yeah,
But there are a couple of free ones out there that I just haven't played with yet.
But QuickTime is so simple, and it's not bloated. It's not, you know, the videos don't come out huge.
Right.
Yeah, it's awesome. You just click it's 2 clicks, and you're recording with voice while you're doing it. There were so many of them that where you had to record the video and then put the audio over top of it, so you were like basically doing it twice.
Yeah.
Anyway, I like Macs.
Yeah. Well, I've got one sitting out in my garage right now it's an older one. I think it's like a 2006 or 2007, but I mean, it's a dual core with 2 gigs of RAM. I got it for free actually. There was this guy that I know from this working with him. He owns a thrift store, but he also owns a bunch of other businesses, and he had a stack of PC like laptops that he wanted me to fix. So I just went through and fixed them all, and there was this Mac that was in there too. And I was like, "Let me have the Mac, and I'll fix everything else for you." And he was like, "Okay." So I kept the Mac and just never got around to fixing it because, yeah, you know me. I'll do it tomorrow.
Right.
I'll get to it. I'll get around to it. Low-hanging fruit. That's what I go for. But
Nothing wrong with that.
yeah, I don't know. It's hard to. Pretty hard to prioritize the stuff like that Mac. You know, I mean, I'll work on it for. It might just be a battery, you know, or maybe the hard drive is bad. Let me ask you this: if I've got a Mac and the hard drive goes out, do I just plug in a new hard drive, or do I have to have like some kind of software to reinstall everything? Since it's a Mac, isn't it all proprietary? You just plug it into the internet and boom?
No, it depends on the year. Like, the only Macs that you can put in a solid state drive yourself are older ones. I think 2010 or 2010 and older. Because I'm pretty sure it's 2011 they started adding the solid state drives soldered in. You know, basically they're not removable.
No, I had one in my 11.
Is it 2011? You
It's
still had a
2012, as long as it's not the Retina model, that's where the solder came in. If
was
it's
it
a Retina
okay.
screen,
I know how to solder.
if you can't, if it's not a Retina, you can do whatever you want to with it.
I thought it was 2011 that it was in all of them, the solid state.
Mine had a 750 gig regular, and I put a 256 in it. It was fairly easy. I just had the little cable that disk copy, and then put the drive in. It took longer to copy it than it did to put the drive in.
Oh, they're actually really simple. Like, I have a MacBook Pro, and I popped it open myself and I've changed out the fans. I added RAM. I did something else in there too. They're
Right.
really, really easy to mess with.
Now you got me wanting to fix this thing just so I get it done.
They're really easy to mess with.
Yeah. So is there any version of an iMac that would be worth less than $80? Let me ask you guys that.
Of an iMac?
Yeah. I was at that thrift store yesterday, and behind the counter, they had like a, I don't know, it was probably about the size of my screen, so it was probably like a 19-inch LCD monitor, but it was like one of the big bulky ones. I mean, it was like that thick. And I think all the computer stuff was built in, but I don't know what year it was. I didn't bother to get the model number because I just wanted to get out of there. There was a big line, and I didn't. They would have had to. I would have had to hold the line up to basically look at all the stuff that they had behind the counter. But they wanted $80 for it. And I was like, I don't want to sit here and look this thing up right now. But
I can't see. I mean, I really can't see it being not being a good purchase. I'm sorry, my brain it just froze mid. I'm trying to type and speak at the same time. It's just not working.
yeah, I might swing by there again today and just look at it if it's not already gone. Just to,
Sometimes you just got to look at it.
yeah. So, John, tell me more about this loan. I mean, we've talked about Amazon loans before. We've talked about PayPal Capital before. It's been a long time since we talked about it, though. So, kind of like,
they're doing it on. I know how they do it. They look at your sales history, and they offer you a percentage of your sales over the last whatever it is, 6 months, 10 months, whatever algorithm they use. But it's sometimes you get up into where I did 23K last month on Amazon. They start offering you some big number loans. They offered me 15K for 6 months with $600 in interest.
yeah.
I mean, it's almost a no-brainer to take the money. I could stick it in my bank and probably make $100 a month.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, if you can make enough
money.
Yeah. If you can make enough, like for me, if they were to give me, a couple grand, I would easily be able to spend, or I'd easily be able to like make a lot more than the interest on 2K. But I just don't need it right now. I can't find enough inventory to spend that much money. I mean, and enough time to make it worthwhile. I mean, I've got plenty of capital right now. I've got cash, so I'm not sweating it. But I mean, my biggest problem right now is just finding the inventory, and when I do get like big hauls and everything, finding the time to get everything listed and sent in.
Well, what I'm looking at is, I watched in that wholesale group, and there's 3 guys that they did $1 million. They broke $1 million in sales yesterday for the year so far. Well, he put out a couple free videos for his upcoming program. With his, I'm not real excited about how they did that. Their launch, it's that. To me, it's that timeshare. You got to go through all the hoops, and then we'll tell you how much it is. Well, I watched 2 videos, and one of the things he says is Jungle Scout. Well, I went and looked at Jungle Scout, which is $87 a month, and now I haven't bought it yet. I probably will have it by the end of today. It tells you how many sales on any product in Amazon for the last 30 days. With that information and sales rank and this low interest loan, I can figure out where to put this money in all these different products. I could start doing, online arbitrage or something.
FBA Toolkit does the same thing for free.
What's that?
FBA Toolkit does the same thing for free. I mean, it doesn't do specific products unless the product's being tracked, but most of the really high-ranking stuff is already being tracked. But if you take the sales rank and the category and you put the sales rank in the category, it will tell you how many sales a day it would be, the item would be selling at that rank, and then it also tells you how many have sold within the last 24 hours.
Just check other places too, because there have been a couple of items where it was like completely wonky.
Yeah. Well, my thing, like camel, for instance, I don't really like it. I think it works sometimes, but if you're looking for, say, like a DVD player, I'll put in the information and it'll give me pricing info from 2010. It's like, okay. But then you look up the DVD player and no rank, but it's consumer electronics, so a lot of that stuff isn't ranked,
Right.
and it's like, $80. Okay, so I'll buy it for $5 or $10 and send it in, and
Are
like
they selling?
yeah,
When you
well,
send them
I'll
in?
give you an example. I bought this brand new Cyber Home DVD player. This thing, the retail price in Amazon was $35. They were selling for like $50 used and $90 new, and mine was brand new in the box. And I shipped it in for $90 to FBA, and it sold within a week. And there was no ranking or anything on it. I was like, okay. But I mean, I've done that with a lot of stuff. I mean, that electronics just sell.
Well, you know that Camel doesn't keep up with the ranking stuff if the items aren't getting searched for, like to save bandwidth. They don't. If only one person is going there and putting in an ASIN, they're not going to keep up with the tracking of the thing. Like how
none of
sometimes
my
you'll go
private labels show up.
how sometimes you'll go to Camel and you'll put something in and it says not enough data or whatever, check back later. Well, it's because not enough people have searched it, so they've stopped or never did track it to save on bandwidth. So it could just be that's the last time it was tracked with any accuracy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I got it.
What are you laughing about?
Oh, nothing. Yeah, so they're talking about the Windows 10 beta testing again in the chat, and I guess Dana bought photo scissors and he likes it. Jungle Scout, though, I mean, for me to pay $90 a month for anything.
No. It's a one-time.
Oh, it's $87 one time.
One time.
Oh.
And it's more in depth. I'm on the site now. That's the only reason I know it's a one-time fee. It looks like it's more in depth than FBA Toolkit.
Yeah. Is that basically what it does, though, is FBA Toolkit? Or does it do other stuff? What all does it do? Is it like Profit Bandit?
I don't use any of those programs.
Oh.
But if I'm going to take $15K, I got to make this money work, and I'm going to need some of these tools because I don't need to back up my inventory. I got plenty of depth in my inventory.
You can just buy another Harley.
This would be.
Why do something
Laurie, let's go shopping for a Harley.
Well, you got to be doing like.
Nina said there's way more to Jungle Scout than that. She said it's awesome and well worth it.
See, I mean, ask me next week. My wife's having surgery Friday, so yeah, next week I'm gonna be strapped to a computer, so I'll be able to look at all these things and see what I can do. But if I'm gonna take this loan, it's for widening my already expansive SKUs and go wider.
Mm-hmm.
And try and make the money work for me, and I'm going to need some of these tools because I just don't understand. Like toys, I know nothing about. Games, I know nothing about.
Yeah.
And I know if you look at sales rank, it may go from 1 million to 50,000 overnight because of one sale. And I'm not talking about games, but some oddball item, and that's what I look for. I look for that stuff that's just under the radar.
Yeah. Yeah. So are you using any other tools besides just like searching Amazon to find these products? I mean, is that obviously you're looking at this Jungle Scout, so that's the first, that's one tool. But I mean, you said you don't use any pricing tools or anything?
And just about every listing I have on Amazon, I built myself. I look for bundle opportunities.
Yeah.
I look for private label opportunities. And then I look for oddball bundle opportunities. I take stuff from my favorite, little secret place that I go,
Mm-hmm.
and and I go to the other one, and I buy something there, and I take the two and I bundle them together to make it a little harder for somebody to come in on top of me.
Mm-hmm.
And
Do you
then
ever have a problem? Okay, say like you make one of your bundles and you get like 5 items from one store, and then you get 1 item from another store. Do you ever have a problem with somebody else coming on the listing, and then maybe they don't put in the thing from the other store, but you don't? The only way you can tell is if you buy one of their bundles and then call Amazon and tell them, hey, this guy was on this bundle, but it didn't have this item. Now what do you do? I mean, you can leave
Look,
negative
they
feedback.
trash. First of all, I've made enough sales by the time they find the listing
Yeah.
that I'm in the profit. If I have to, I dump my inventory and I move on to another one. I don't do the let's buy one and call Amazon. I ain't got time for all that.
Yeah.
I'll just move on to the next one. That's if they're going to trash a listing, I just trash because the listing's trashed. eBay's not going to remove the feedback because they sold a bad item.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. Like, if you, if they bundle doesn't have the item in it, then I mean, it's the same thing as like selling a DVD player with no remote. If it says it's got to have the remote and the HDMI cable, it's got to have the remote and the HDMI cable.
But you
then
find
there,
listings
these
all
people,
day long that don't have them.
yeah, and then people just sell them anyway. But,
so it's I just move on.
Yeah. It's very frustrating when you're trying to do things right and those guys come along and screw stuff up. But yeah, I mean, I guess if you're doing bundles, then it doesn't matter as much. But I haven't done any bundles. I don't know. What about you, Jake? I know you've been messing around with bundles, right?
Yeah, I like bundles, man. Less
But how much
competition.
do you have much problem with that kind of stuff though? Like people coming on the listing and not being right?
No, not really. I don't have a whole lot of people coming on my bundles.
Okay. Now, are you doing it more like John, where you just send in 20 of a bundle and then that's it, or do you have a lot of replens that you're constantly sending in bundles and making money off of it?
No, I'm just starting to turn bundles into replens, so I don't know a whole lot about that as far as I don't have a whole lot of experience to talk on that. But as far as the other ones, I haven't had many people jump on those anyway. But I send them in, sell them, and get them out, and then I'll look at something else because I get bored with the same old ones.
It's easier to just chase, holidays or seasons or, that kind of thing.
Right.
Than to try to find or make that perfect bundle that you can replen. I know Roberta Wade has one that she replens. That's a replen rather. But I don't know. Like I said, I think it's just easier to, get in, make that quick hit, and go to your next one.
Yeah, I would much rather, if I'm going to take the time to make a listing on Amazon, I want to make sure that that it's something that I make either a lot of money on in the first run, or that I can continue to make money on for as long as I can, basically.
Then you just got to get something in there proprietary, and keep up with it. Don't let people BS their way onto your listing.
Well, that's when you get into having to buy people's bundles to make sure that they're right. I mean, that's the only way you can really know, right?
They'll make you buy it. Yeah, they will make you buy it. But if you know that, and you can return anything you buy on Amazon.
Yeah.
So, but it's the only way that they'll know, that it's not right. But if you have something proprietary in there, theirs isn't right.
Yeah.
So you take the 5 minutes, you buy it, you get it, take the pics, send them into Amazon, and then return it.
Mm-hmm. And then leave a negative on the seller, and then Amazon will remove their inventory?
Yeah, they'll get busted.
Okay. And that's the kind of thing that'll get you your account banned. I just wonder if you can do that.
Don't do it on your selling account.
No,
Don't make the purchase and return on your seller account.
Well, my seller account is my Prime account.
Open another one.
Yeah.
Because you don't want to order it on your Prime account anyway.
I know that. I know I got one right now. I got to send in a case lot is 96 items. I got to send in 3 of them every 2 weeks.
Wow.
Nice.
And that's a bundle. That was a bundle I made of my own, and it just took off, and I kept it, going. It's not a huge profit, but it's a good percentage. But it's not a huge priced item, and I'm making good money, and nobody's on the listing. It's a great rank. You'll find them. They're out there.
Yeah.
I guess Bam is going shopping. Look at the smile on his face.
Yeah.
I'm too lazy.
He's got that new trailer too.
I'm too lazy for bundles, so you don't have to worry.
No, I ain't worried about that. But what I'm saying is, you got that new trailer. It's time to do a road trip, dude.
Yeah, and leaving Tuesday.
You coming north ever or what?
After I get back from Alabama.
Okay. I'll probably be headed south by then.
Yeah, I'm thinking about taking a road trip to Texas.
Are you going to see Deb and Michael?
Maybe. I know there's a jiu-jitsu tournament every couple months in Dallas that I've been wanting to go to, and
Oh, cool.
really want to go check that out.
That's cool.
I would like.
I'll be doing my my Florida, North Carolina thing later in the summer, so I would like to go see Wade and Sabina while I'm in Florida. I'm supposed to enter Florida on the west side, so I could stop at Chad and Kim's and then cut across.
Yeah, I've been thinking of ways to kind of write off trips like that. Just meeting people that I know from the show, and I can go to San Diego, and they've got the biggest jiu-jitsu tournaments in the world there now. It's like the mecca for jiu-jitsu. So I've been wanting to go down there and spend a week, find a place to train, maybe spend a couple weeks. I've been one thing I've been looking at on Craigslist is like the sublets, where somebody leaves town for a month or 2 weeks, and they just rent out their apartment or their house for like a week at a time. That'd be kind of cool. That way I don't have to worry about paying, $100 a night for a decent hotel.
No doubt.
But it'd be nice to just, have a place to hang out for a week instead of having to worry about that. But
right.
Yeah, Texas, San Diego, those are the two that I'm looking at closest right now. But I would really like to get down to San Diego for sure. But I don't like competing locally because I know too many people, and I don't like competing against friends.
That's no fun.
Yeah, we get to roll with each other all the time. We know who's going to win most of the time.
Same old, huh?
Yeah, that, and if I catch somebody better than me, and then it'll make them mad. You
need to come out here this summer. Like, you need to go visit your mom or whatever, and then let me know, and we'll meet up.
I do. I need to take my kid out to the Midwest. My grandpa is getting pretty old, and he needs to meet her, or she needs to meet him, or both.
You should do that this summer.
Yeah.
You can stay here if you come. Like, if you come out this way for any reason, you can just stay at my house.
Oh, that would be a drive and a half.
How far are they? Oh, that's right. That's right.
They're in the middle of Illinois. It'd be like I think it's 3 or 4 hours to Chicago.
For some reason, I was thinking, I don't know what I was thinking there. I thought they were here, but even though I know that they're not, I knew they were down in Illinois. But I'd totally drive and meet you.
That'd be cool. Well, I'm thinking if I do go back there for family, just spend a couple days up in Chicago, and maybe we could all work something out where it's like, oh, come and meet us.
Oh, I'd go down to Chicago.
Yeah, get everybody from the Chicago area up in there. That'd be kind of fun.
That would be super fun. I'd totally do that. Jenny Benny's in Chicago. She'd be up for it.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Sounds like a road trip. When we doing this?
Right. Chicago's only an hour and a half, hour and a half to 2 hours, depending on traffic, for me to get like downtown Chicago. So I'm all for it. My kids they'll be gone for like 2 months for summer, so I will have plenty of time.
2 months to yourself. Are they going to camp or something?
Well, they go to Boy Scout camp for a week, and then they go with their grandparents. They spend about a month with John's parents and about a month with mine.
Nice.
They love their grandparents' time, and we just Skype every day. So because it's really hard on me. It's kind of hard on Gavin too. But they just get to do so much. They go sailing and snorkeling and golf as often as they want to, and lots of beach time, and every kid's dream summer, basically.
Yeah, Skype and the Google Hangouts make it so
Right.
freaking easy to just, like, wherever you are, you can just talk to whoever you want. I like it a lot.
It's
pretty awesome.
it's such an awesome thing.
Yeah, but you guys aren't going to believe this. I can't believe this. It's already after 9.
Oh wow.
9. I wish it was only 9.
No.
Yeah, we blew through the show today. It feels like it took 5 minutes, but we did cover a lot of ground, a lot of good information. Got to thank you again, Scott, for the Kmart tip. Probably wouldn't even known about it, and that was the biggest retail arbitrage haul that I've ever had. I mean, I've done pretty good in the past, but that one, it was like, oh, this is why people do this. Now if I could just figure out how to do that every day, then I would have no problems. But anyway, go ahead and check out the Reseller Wakeup if you want an easy way to find the show every day. It's my Facebook group. Lots of other Facebook groups out there if you want to get the questions answered and your complaints filed. And if you complain a lot, then yeah, probably go to those Facebook groups because they like it a lot more than we do. But yeah, I've been posting other stuff. Like I've been periscoping from weird places when I can find some Wi-Fi out in the field.
I forgot to get that. It's an app, right?
Yeah, it's an app. Just Periscope. It's really cool. I like it so far. It's fun. You can make a little 10-minute videos. Well, actually, you can do it for as long as you want. I don't know. It's kind of like this, but I don't know. Not really. It's a little different. I mean, I guess I could just get into a Google Hangout anytime I want and just fire it up and go live, and it would be the same thing. And then I'd just be able to like add people into it. That might be cool too. But it's harder to operate the Hangouts from a phone than it is from a computer.
Yes.
So.
Oh, I bet.
But anyway, at Resale Ronin, that's my Twitter. And if you follow me on Twitter and you get Periscope, then you'll see those videos popping up every once in a while. I also try to make a post in the Reseller Wakeup to kind of let everybody know that I'm streaming. And then, of course, like, comment, subscribe. Always appreciate that. Any suggestions, comments, whatever you have, you can put it in the comments below, or you can post them up at the Reseller Wakeup. Or you can just message me directly. I don't care. I answer a lot of questions on Facebook, just through Facebook messages. But thanks, everybody, for watching. We will see you all Friday, and Bitcoin.